¿Cómo estamos? Estamos aquí en Latin Evolution Radio, señores, en Round 1 y esto comenzó, esto está prendido acá, señores. Gracias a toda esa gente que nos sigue, todos esos followers. Thank you everybody who follow us. Guys, I'm telling you, it's so exciting to be here in Latin Evolution Radio online. I'm telling you, this has been crazy. Thank you all the followers, everybody who called us last week and followed from Wisconsin too. I know we're reaching Wisconsin, a lot of people calling us from there too, people from Miami too. Still people calling us, and ask us about what's going on with our shows, with the radio and everything. Thank you, everyone who's been following us. It's been crazy. Tonight, I had two special guests with me. I'm telling you, I've been looking for these guys for a long time, and I know you're going to see a familiar face with me tonight. I'm going to have one of my dear friends. I'm telling you, man, I'm so glad to see him back here with me, and somebody that's going to blow your mind away to one of his partners to in business. And I'm telling you, tonight we're going to have a different kind of topic. We're going to talk about financial advice or something that I'm willing to listen to these guys who they're going to rock your world. They're going to rock everything that is in your mind, and they're going to teach you. They're going to guide us, for some better future things that we have to do to invest and everything. And let me introduce you with you tonight. I have my friend Ricky Borges, ladies and gentlemen, and Carter Ahmedson. What's going on with you guys? What's going on? Guys, I'm so happy to see you. I'm telling you, it's a pleasure to have you guys in my show here tonight. Pleasure to have you here in Latin Evolution Radio. You know that, Randy, you've been here before, like you are part of the house, your family. Oh, yeah. And Carter, your family too now. I'm telling you, I'm so excited for this particular show, because I know there's so much to talk about financial. I know you guys are financial advisors now too. I know Randy, I know Randy for a long time too. He's an entrepreneur too. You're business owner, manager too. You've been manager for a while too. Single too. Take it. I think take it. But such a wonderful guy. I love his smile. I love the smile. And Carter, I'm telling you, my friend from Colombia, what's going on, buddy? What's going on?
Muchas gracias. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Oh man, it's a blessing to have you guys here in Latin Evolution Radio, and it's gonna be a really good show. I'm telling you right now. Let's go back. Like I told you before. My show is going deep in things that matter. And I'm really excited about talking about this, because I know the Latinos, especially the Latinos, because I'm a Latino myself. Sometimes we don't listen. We don't want to listen to advice. Sometimes we get burned for different things. And I know you guys have the right people to guide us to the next step, to take the right steps. To have a better and a financial freedom. But sometimes we are looking for that. In every step of our life. Let's start with you guys. I know Carter is from Colombia. Bogota. Is that right? Talk to me about that a little bit.
So I was born in Bogota, Colombia. I lived there for about 6 months, and I was adopted when I was 6 months old.
Oh my gosh! So you're adopted? Are you serious?
Yes, I am.
Oh my God, that's awesome, man! But your Spanish is kind of decent, man.
Aprendí en la cocina.
Oh.
So yeah, I was adopted from Colombia. Moved here at 6 months. Very blessed. I have an amazing family, but I was raised here in Minnesota.
So your family is from Colombia here, or family is American family?
They're American. They're from Minnesota.
Oh, okay.
So, but I've always had that need and that want to fit in with my culture and figure out my roots. So ever since I can remember, I wasn't one of those kids who didn't know he was adopted. I knew from day one where I come from, man. Proud of my Colombian roots, and I've just been trying to learn the culture.
I heard that your aunt is Shakira. Is that right?
You heard right.
No, man, you know what? Before I came here, man, I stopped in a Colombian restaurant. No, it's not really Colombian. It's Ecuadorian Colombian restaurant in Los Andes. I stopped there, man, and I have la bandera paisa, man. I have a bandera paisa before I came here. Gosh, I'm telling you, man, I'm so full right now. I can barely talk. But I enjoyed the Colombian food, man. I said the same thing as the Dominican food, man. I came from Orlando, Florida, man. Oh, yeah. And oh my gosh, we eat good. We eat good in Orlando, and then we eat some really, we eat like, you know what I'm talking about, Randy. Is that right?
I know.
The Dominican food, man, who is like, if you don't like it, man, you're full.
Yeah.
You're full, 100%. Man. You know what I mean? It's like, Randy, talk to me about it, man. What's going on, man? Saludos a gente de Santo Domingo, brother.
Un saludo a mi gente de allá, de la
ese Corillo.
No, ya, no. A mi gente de la Romana, un saludo a todos mis dominicanos de Minneapolis, de Minnesota, ¿me entiendes?
Exacto.
Están más conectados con la mejor radio de aquí de Minnesota.
Qué chévere. Y Randy, yo sé que tú has hecho un cambio radical, ¿no? Un 180, en cierta forma, ya tú venías planeando porque tú siempre has sido un entrepreneur. You know, you're an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
You're a business owner, like I said before. You decide to step up as a bank now because you have experience with that too. So really, you just go back to your field that you've been already like working on it.
Business.
Is that right? Who's really a business?
Yeah.
You know, you're going to with Bank of America. Is that right too?
Con el Banco de
Con el
América.
Banco de
Pero
América.
quiero
Yeah.
aclarar algo. Todas
Ajá.
todas las opiniones que digo hoy,
Sí.
Yo
my own.
también.
They're your
Son
own. Yes.
las
No.
mías.
And that's really what I want. I don't want to hear like, you know, I'm gonna support America, Wells Fargo, you know,
No,
the Chase.
no.
I want you guys to talk to me, you know what I mean? Because I know you're financial advisor. You have the school and stuff like that. Because I know Carter went to school for that too.
No.
I know you went. Was something I was reading to. You went to what? You went to what? Arizona school. Is that right?
Arizona State.
Arizona
yes.
State for what exactly?
For negocios.
For
I went
negocios.
there.
Okay.
I had too much fun.
Okay.
Didn't learn that much, but I had a good time. And then I moved back to Minnesota to go to the University of Minnesota.
For communications.
Comunicaciones, sí.
Yes.
And after, you know, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. Found myself in the financial field. And I can't believe it. I wanted to be a businessman my whole life, but sometimes.
Yeah, because you went to Arizona to do business. Is that right?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Entrepreneurship. That's what I was studying down there.
Yeah, I know. I was reading your bio too. It's kind of cool too. You know what I mean? So, you know, you guys are, you know, definitely a powerful team. You know what I mean? You're doing that financial part too. And, you know, Randy being as far as the business, you know what I mean? So what exactly do you do as far as your business, Randy, right now? What are the things that you're doing right now as far as yourself with Bank of America and stuff like that?
But right now I work with business owners.
Okay.
I help them because I mean, I was a business owner, so I know how it feels. So not know what to do, where to get capital to like expand your business and grow your business. When I had my business, everything I literally made it from scratch, from nothing, my own pockets, right? I never received a phone call from my business. I did not know who my business banker was, so everything was out of pocket, and I never built my business credit either, because I did not know about business credit.
Exactly. Yeah. You're an entrepreneur, so you will learn step by step. Is that right?
Yeah.
And the hard way. The hard way.
The hard way. Yes.
You know, and that's what I have you guys here. You know what I mean? You and Carter, because sometimes, you know what I mean, like as soon as we learn the hard way, it's good to teach other people not to go to the hard way.
Yes.
To go the easy way,
Yes.
but with the right steps.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, like so you can really like grow financially and with the freedom that you are looking for. Is that right, guys?
Learn from our mistakes, please.
Yes. So that's kind of nice as far as like that's what I tell everybody. You know what I mean? When I talk to you guys on the phone, I tell you know what, and you guys were talking about coming in. You know, I was like, you know, it would be a really nice topic to talk about the financial freedom, something that people talk and something people think that you cannot be able to obtain.
Mm-hmm.
And these, you know what I mean, you can definitely get it. A lot of people get it. You know what I mean? And that a lot of people doesn't show it that so rich, but they are.
Yeah.
Because of the steps they're taking, you know, and I'm learning from you guys too, you know, how to make the savings and how to put the stuff in my funds and something that you guys have been telling me too a little bit, and I'm trying to learn from you guys.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I'm really excited, guys, about this.
Yeah.
I'm really, really excited. Something that, you know, we Latinos have to learn. You know what I mean? It's crazy. But guys, let me tell you right now too, if you're looking for a house, you have to buy a house for the Gallatin Realty. I'm telling you guys. You know what I mean? It's the best company in town, the best realty company in town, and you have to come and see them. I'm telling you. The 612-578-9762. You have to reach Yvonne and Isaias. I'm telling you, they have the best team, the best Latino teams. Not just for Latinos. We know they hit everybody. I'm telling you, if you're white, Asian, you know, black, we don't care. We're gonna sell your house. You know what I mean? We're gonna take you from that apartment to a new house. Until you have to come and see them. But guys, thank you guys for tuning in right now. Latin Evolution Radio. We're connected right now with these two icons today with me. You know what I mean? Like Randy and Carter. You know, financial advisors right now here too for our Latino people. I'm telling you guys, you have to share this video, share the, you know, the knowledge of these two guys. You know, that you have to listen. I'm telling you, we don't have the time is so limited that we have to listen. You know, to really invest the right way. I don't care if you're broke, if you have a little bit of cash in your pocket. I'm telling you, this is your time. I don't care how old are you. You can always restart. You can always begin. Is that right, guys?
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
all the time.
You know, so Carter, talk to me a little bit more about it. Talk to me about you and exactly what do you do as far as the financial. What are the steps that I need to do so you can give me the advice? You know what I mean, or tell me the steps.
So, like you were saying earlier, I think a lot of people they don't know what they don't know. So you could be thinking you're doing a lot of things the right way, but you don't know what you don't know. And when you sit down with a professional and learn that it's a lot more complicated than maybe you thought, because like from where I come from, you know, it's not the most financially literate place to be. So you got to sit down with a professional who knows what they're talking about. So one of the main misconceptions, like you're just talking about, you don't have to be rich to work with a financial advisor. You can start from step one.
Because that's a myth.
It is a myth.
Is that right? Because I know, especially, you know, when I talk to people, including myself, you know, people's like telling me, you know, you have to talk to a financial advisor. Something that, you know, I know, you know, my grandpa were Jewish, you know, I mean, I'm telling you right now, my Jewish dad would say, like, you have to take the steps, you know what I mean? But, you know, as my Latino side, sometimes I forget, but, you know, my mom is Latino and a really good saver. So we have such an advantage things that we have in our culture.
Yes.
But sometimes we're so afraid to find, you know, to find the right advisor.
Yes.
Is that right?
And it's you're partnering with someone who you can trust and someone that you feel comfortable talking about this stuff with and about your income and your financial background. So it all starts with like being vulnerable, learning stuff that you don't know, kind of taking a step back, being humble and saying, I know what I know, but I'm here to learn more. So yeah, people think like, oh, I got to have this much money to start investing. That's not for me right now. Or maybe I don't have enough money to be working with someone. But, you know, there's a lot of different ways to start off. And even if it's incremental, small baby steps, it can get you to somewhere where you're going to be thanking yourself down the road.
Nice. What about you, Randy? I know you're doing business, and that's the different part too. When you go like more personal, Carter, is that right?
Yeah.
And I know Randy's going for businesses. And for example, if I have a business owner and I have an idea, you know, what do I do, Randy? I know you have the experience. So talk to me. Tell us about the steps. I know you were telling me this is really hard to go the hard way.
Yeah, I mean, I have experience in business, like you said.
Exactly, and I love that.
One more thing I'm gonna say one more time. All my opinions are mine. They're not connected to any institution. They're mine.
Man, we listen, man. We know
only.
We know Randy's opinions are his. We know that.
Yo también. No olvides.
Good. Okay, so I work with again, like I was in business.
Exactly. Yes,
como,
I remember
como
that.
yo le estaba diciendo.
Sí.
Y pasé, como decimos nosotros, por la mil y una. Todo, yo like
the hard way.
Yes, out of my own pocket.
Yes.
You know, buying the equipment, everything, going out there, doing everything on my own. So, habían muchas cosas que yo no sabía, lamentablemente.
Exactly.
La finanza detrás del negocio y lo que yo necesitaba.
Taxes y todo.
Taxes, so I can expand my business.
Exactly.
That's why I like hit a limit. You know,
a plateau.
Yeah, and I never grew from that. Why? Because I did not know. I did not know about business credit. I did not know about like how to apply for a business line of credit or term loan.
And so some people do you think that some people like a car too? Some people tell me like, you know, you have to go to school for this and you have to learn. So this is not about going to school. It's just talking about the right advisors.
You know what I was doing before this?
Yeah, talk to me. Tell me about it.
I was a mesero in un restaurante.
Wow.
So I did not go to school for finance.
You went to school for communications.
Yes.
Wow. Entrepreneurship too.
Yes.
Wow.
And now I own my own business and running my own financial.
That's nice. I love that, man. I love that.
But you can start at any starting point. You don't have to have a financial background to get started, and that doesn't determine where you're.
You just need to have like Ronnie said, and you too, like the humbleness to say, you know, I don't know these parts. Come and give me a hand.
You have to be willing to learn and willing to listen.
Wow.
And that's what it really starts with.
Yeah, but it takes, you know.
So in other words, you're the kind of guy told me like, give me the money. Like show me the money. Show me the money, Randy. Show me the money.
And a lot of people know me by Randy or Ricky.
Ricky,
you know?
claro.
Ricky Borquedo, Randy, para que no se confunda. Son la misma persona.
Sí.
Same people. Pero yeah, from running my own business, I went like everything I went through y todo eso, headaches, everything. I ended up selling my business, selling my equipment, everything, literally. And then I went to banking, business banking. ¿Qué significa esto? I help business owners.
Man, let me tell you, when you went from where you were before, you know, your company, and then I saw your new pictures that you have, I really thought that you went from being a manager to an express model. Because those pictures are so tight, bro. You know, nice. this guy looks like an express model. You know, I was like, did Randy work in Express? Let me call some friends and figure it out that. And then he said, no, he's not working for Express. You know what I mean? You know, he went from LA. You went to LA one time too.
Yes.
To see some artists too. You know, we were working for some ideas too. You know, I love this guy. I'm telling you, man. He's so entrepreneur. His mind think like that. You know, he's always like, it's a Dominican mind that you have. Yes. You know, it's always making big. Colombians too, man. They're always like, you know, let me figure out how you make the money, man. You know, yeah. They're the Jewish Latinos.
Yeah, and you know, how to help. And again, like how to help the community.
Exactly.
Again, like I'm into
because you always worry about the community. I remember that too. You're telling me about that too.
Yes, it's the community. And now, you know, like every step of my life requires a different version of myself. So as of right now, I'm in business banking. So
Nice. I love that.
Based on my experience and where I'm at right now and all the resources that I have, I'm able to help business owners.
So if I'm just barely started my business, or if I have my business, I can come and contact you, and you will give me the right steps and advice to to invest in different things.
Yes, like once you have your business running, your business is registered, you can come and see me, and then from there we go on your priorities. What are your business priorities?
So let me go back a little bit more. So right now, if I want to start a business, I need to register. So tell us a little bit more about what exactly do we need to go see you.
But first, you need to register your business,
okay,
state, whether it's an LLC, corporation, sole proprietor, whatever. You need to register with the state first, and then you need to apply for your EIN number. That's like your social security for your business,
for a company,
for your business, and then your tax ID. After that, you can come and see me.
Okay.
You know, and I can walk you through the whole thing, how to establish your business credit, where you at, where you want to go, what are your goals, are you planning on having employees, you know, because there's a lot of people get it confused. They think that their personal credit is the same as their business credit.
And it's not, of course.
Two completely different things, you know, and
that's what the rich is always rich and the poor is always going to be poor.
Yes.
You know, I mean, the Bible says, you know, I mean, my people perish because of lack of wisdom.
Yes.
You know, and it's actually true about that, because we perish because we don't have wisdom, and especially in the financial, who is really like managed most of our life, and we have divorces, we lose businesses. You know, we work in the same company. We hate the company that we work, and we agree that we hate it.
Yeah.
And we don't want to leave because we're so afraid to ask the advisor. You know what? I have a little bit of cash. I really have the idea, but I'm so scared to do it because I don't know how to do it. Is that right, Carter? Talk to me about that.
You're taking that leap of faith.
Exactly.
And a reason I like, helping the community and people like myself, like I said, I started as a server, mesero. I didn't know anything. So I had to dumb everything down when I was learning what I was learning about, managing your money. So once I had all that knowledge and I, had some more experience working with that, I wanted to share that knowledge with other people who I felt like maybe didn't have the resources to learn that. Because it's stuff, you don't learn this in school.
Yeah, nobody teaches you that.
You don't learn it in school.
Yeah.
And in the Latino community, I don't think it's something that is culturally taught.
It's popular. It's not popular.
And there's a reason, and we were talking about this earlier, that the financial industry, it sucks to say it, but it's a predominantly white industry.
Exactly.
It's like, it's part of their family. They're going to teach the kids, this is what you got to do from a young age. Oftentimes, they open up bank accounts for their kids, so they kind of have an advantage. They're starting off on a couple steps ahead of the Latino community, the Black community, people of color. So it's educating them. If you do these few simple things, you're going to level the playing field. And that's what we're trying to do here, is educate people. And it's like, you don't got to work till you're 70 years old.
And education is so vital.
It's really
it's so vital because, we, like I said before, the lack of knowledge kills us. Mm-hmm. Because sometimes I see so many Latinos that I talk to them say, like, I have $100,000 in the bank account and I don't know what to do about it. You know what I mean? And there's so many Latinos who have money.
Yeah.
Like when I was in car business, I'm still in car business, and they were telling me I have $50,000. I can pay the car. I can pay my car cash, $30,000, and sometimes I'm wondering like why you're gonna pay the car off, or stuff like that. And they do have sometimes the cash, but they don't know how to invest it.
Yeah,
and it's
not
sad
their
when
fault.
Exactly, you're right. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like so what kind of advice can you give me, like if I go one-on-one with you?
It just we have to look at each person from an individual standpoint, because it all depends. If someone tells me, I got $10,000 cash, what am I going to get back with it? That depends. What's that money used for? When do we need that money? Do you have kids that are depending on that money? Do you have family that's depending on you to provide for them? Then it's going to be invested differently than if you are young, single, and you got 40 years until you need that money again. Then you might want to get a little more, risky with it. But it all is person to person. So we sit down with someone and we see what they're doing good, what they could be doing better, and then we try to fill the pieces to that puzzle and make sure they have a sound financial picture. Because there's a whole lot of steps that go, like if you have kids, insurance might be something you want to look at because you have people depending on you. And if I was gone tomorrow.
You mean like life insurance?
Life insurance, other types of insurance, disability insurance. If I slip at work and I break my arm and I can't work for 2 months, how am I going to pay the bills?
Exactly.
It's something because everyone thinks that stuff is not going to happen to them.
And something that I lacked from you when I was reading your bio, man, too, is like And I love your bio too, by the way, too.
Gracias.
You're talking about like the freedom, something that you use in your bio a lot. Freedom.
Yes.
And then you say something too, like about like life give you a twist. You know what I mean? Life twist.
Yes.
And it's so true because sometimes we have it good and suddenly like life hit you with a curveball.
Yes.
And you're like, what the heck happened here? You know what I mean? And you're broke again.
I mean, look
And
at
you know what I
2020
mean?
with COVID.
Is that right?
Yes. Look at COVID. Everyone thought the world was ending. Stuff happens. And a lot of people, we're young, we think we're invincible, and it's not going to happen to us.
But the funny thing about COVID is like my uncle, my Jewish uncle, who's really true, my Jewish Latino uncle, he was talking to me. He was here a few weeks ago, and he said, I made so much money in COVID because of what I learned, my knowledge and everything, and I put my investments in different things that COVID really helped. My investments went crazy. So when the whole world was broke, he was making money. He would say, because I put him in the different eggs, not just in one solid egg. So I increased.
Diversified.
Diversified. That's the right word.
About.
That's the banker's word that you guys use, man.
Yeah.
You want a step ahead of me as far as that.
Think of it like if you're betting on horses. You put your money on 20 different horses, you got a better chance to win. If you put all your money on horse number 7, horse number 7's got to win, or you're out of luck. Yeah,
I'm telling you, it's completely right. And one of the things too is like about. We as Latinos, we always think about the risk. Talk to me about the risk and the fear. Randy, I know you're an entrepreneur. I know you're a business owner. What is the fears that the business owners have? And then I want to talk to Carter about personal fears.
Again, it all depends. It all depends on your. I mean, a lot of people are in business, but then again, with banks, when it comes to banks, we have specific industry that we like to work with. There's different things. So as far as like fears go and risk, it's all about on the business owner. The business owner, how far is he willing to go? How much risk is he willing to take? Is he able to take those risks? Because it's gonna, like you said, life is gonna throw you a curveball.
Exactly.
So you need
and they always
ready.
come. They always come to you.
Always come. So you need to be ready. And again, one way to get ready for that is by building business credit. So when you do need something to fall back on, you have capital. Again, to sustain your business. You know what I'm saying?
No, exactly. I understand that too. That's what I was telling you. That's when I read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, who's one of my favorite books from Robert Kiyosaki. He was saying, you have to prepare because the curveballs will come.
Yes.
In real estate, in different, find your niche.
Yes.
And increase.
Yeah.
Because we're so naive that we think like it's always gonna be sunny days.
Yeah.
And believe me, there's tornadoes coming, there's hurricanes coming, and as Latinos, we don't know that it's gonna come. And sometimes, we build our house in the sand, not in the rock, and the wind comes and hit us hard. And we lose everything.
And one thing is this, and I'm gonna talk from a personal point of view, because I went through this, right? Again, like I had some money saved up in my bank account, a good couple thousand, and I thought I did not need business credit. I did not know about it. I thought I did not need it. I thought I did not need to have a relationship with the bank because that's really important. Even though when you do not need it right now, again, when you are not thirsty, you're not going to be thinking about drinking water.
Exactly.
But then when you are thirsty, what's the only thing that you think about?
Water.
Drinking water.
Yes.
The same thing. You got to prepare yourself. This is for business owners. You have to prepare yourself. You have to know the importance of building business credit and having a relationship with the bank, with your bank, or with some financial institution, because there will come a time that you will want to expand and grow your business, right? And you cannot do everything out of pocket, because again, your own pocket, you still gotta pay.
And one of the things too that like Donald Trump says, you need to use other people's money to make your big money.
Yes.
It's all right. It's something that I learned from Donald Trump and Robert Kiyosaki, when he always said, like, I don't use my money. I use somebody people's money to make myself rich, and I make them rich too. It's something that is true. It's all right. It's always about a partnership.
It's a partnership, but like businesses and banks, it's all about building that business.
And you save on taxes, and you save in so many things in that way.
There's
too.
a lot of things. Business owners can literally put their cars under the business name, their houses, and what does that do? That free up your personal debt to income ratio.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you want to do something else, if you have if you put let's say your auto under your business name, right? Then that your personal credit is free from that auto, meaning that you can then buy a house or do something else with your personal credit, you know, and that also helps your business because your business is building credit as you go. Mm-hmm. And what does that mean? That's history that you're building, credit history. Mm-hmm. And then the banks and financial institutions see that. And that's good because that's building a partnership, of building a business relationship, you know? And then when the time comes that you do want to expand and grow your business, hire employees, build a new equipment, a new building, you know, you have that support from the bank or whatever it is, wherever your institution is.
I agree with you too. And Carter, one of the things that I want to go back to you too is like, I know you do more personal stuff one-on-one. One of the things I want to talk to, it's not about, sometimes people say like, I don't want to talk to financial advisor because I don't want to be rich. I don't want to be like the rich people. You know what I mean? Sometimes that's a misconception too, because talking with financial advisor, like me talking with you guys, you know, it's about like, you know, it's nice to be rich. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. We live in USA, and if you're rich, man, it's a blessing.
Yes.
You know, take us as a blessing, you know. Mm-hmm. But it's not about, sometimes it's not about being rich. Sometimes it's about like being financial freedom. And the freedom sometimes can be $100,000 when you're old and you have to pay for your medicine. Is that right? Talk to me about that.
It's about being comfortable. You know,
I love that. Being comfortable.
It's about what rich is to you. Like some people, they want the shiny car, they want the nice house, but some people just want time and time with their family. And I know with the Latino culture, like family's first.
Oh,
and
man,
that's why we work so hard.
Exactly.
We work till we're 70 years old because we want our kids to have a better life than we had. And, you know, vice versa. And that keeps going on and on. So going back to risk is, you know, a lot of people wonder, when is my money going to run out? How long is my money going to last me? And they don't think about the next generation. What am I going to leave my family when I'm gone? So that's when, like, preparing for those curveballs in life, making sure you have, you know, the right like insurance set up for you in case something happens. Or like I said, with disability, you get hurt at work. How are you going to make money if you can't work for 3 months? You set that up. You were prepared for all life's curveballs, so when you could sleep better, thus making you more comfortable.
So Carter, so what would be if I'm here right now? You know what I mean? Like, I need to see you. What would be the first step things that I have to do to come and see you? You know what I mean? Where do I find you? You know what I mean? Exactly. Where do I find you first? Where's the phone number to call you to?
612-617-6040, and I will answer.
That's nice. I love that, guy. So say it again for everybody because they need to listen to you.
612-617-6040.
Awesome. I'm gonna put it for you guys. So you got, you know, definitely when I put the video, I'm gonna put the number too, so you guys can reach into. So what would be the first step? Well, what would be the first step? I call you right now. I say like, hey, you know, let's just ring you right now. Ring. You know what I mean? You answer me. Say, hey, what's up? This is Carter.
Well,
Carter, give me a hand. Help me. Help me to win.
So a lot of people are afraid to go have that initial first meeting or sit down with an advisor because they're like, I'm going to get sold something.
Exactly,
And it's different with each client. So when I go into a meeting with someone, I don't know what they need. They might be doing everything right. And I'll tell them that, like, look, man, you're doing a really good job. I'm not like, keep doing what you're doing and you're going to be on that path to get where you want to go. But sometimes, you know, we look at what they're doing. They might be making a lot of money, like you said, but they have $100,000 sitting in cash at home. Okay, maybe we don't need that much money in cash, whatever you're comfortable with. And then we're going to have the rest of that money, put some of it towards your long-term goals. What are your short-term goals? If you need it in a house in 5 years, it might be better, you know, sitting it somewhere where it's going to grow a little bit, but, you know, you're going to still have access to that money. And that's
so would you what would the first thing to start, like an emergency fund? You would recommend something like that?
Again, these are my opinions.
Exactly. No, I'm just talking about these different options. You know,
you would like to have, you know, 3 to 6 months worth of cash saved up, a rainy day fund.
36 months. That's something that you would recommend.
3 to 6. Yeah. Yes, because you want to have cash on hand in case.
Let's talk about this so you don't get in trouble.
Yes.
If I was your brother and I have a little bit of cash, I don't have nothing with me, and I say, "Look, Carter, I'm your brother. Give me an advice. Tell me. What would you recommend me to do? 30. You would recommend me.
What are your daily living expenses? And what does that come out to monthly? How much does it cost for you to live the life you want to live on a monthly basis?
Okay.
Then you times that by 3 or 6. And then you know how much money you should have sitting on the side in case something happens. So you can continue to live the life you're living when you are working in case something happens.
Oh, I love that.
So
man.
that is always step one. Because a lot of people are like, oh, they're going to make me invest all my money. No, we want to make sure that you're prepared for whatever happens. And then you start talking about, you know, what is I mean, if you don't have any kids, then you might be able to be a little more risky with it. But it's all about who's depending on you, and you want to use that money.
And what do you mean risky? What do you mean risky? Talk to me about that too, because I know the Latinos, we hate that risky word. We hate that we don't trust, and we don't trust. The reason why we don't trust, I want to make sure people understand that too. I know some of the Latinos. I know not just the Latinos. Like Asians too. Some people come from different countries, especially people who come from different countries. We turn to not trust our advisors, financial advisors sometimes, or the bankers, because most of the bankers, they destroy our countries, they took over our people, like they stole a lot of corruption. And we don't trust them. I'd rather have my money in my pocket, $100 in my pocket, because I know you're not going to touch it, and I'm going to be able to provide for my family, because if I give it to you, you're probably going to take it and run to Miami, and Miami's going to protect you. And that's something that happened all the time. And I know my people who listen to me there right now, people from Venezuela, Colombia, Chile, Mexico, they know that happens, and people from Asia too, who run Africa, who, they have something in the bank, and the government took everything from them, and they don't have absolutely nothing. So tell me about that.
Well, I think it all starts with finding an advisor you can trust. And if that's an issue, you're going to have to look around. Like I tell people, go sit down with a couple of different advisors and see which shoe fits you, because the first person you sit with might not be the best fit for you and your family.
Exactly.
So it's finding someone you can trust. And there's a term that we use, it's called fiduciario, yo creo. And that means you legally have to do what's in the best interest of your clients. So if someone gives someone advice and it might be the smartest thing to do, but they're not comfortable with it, you're going to go with what they're comfortable with, even if it's not the smartest thing to do. It's in their best interest, because that's how they feel. So it's finding someone who legally has to do what's in your best interest based on your situation, your risk tolerance, and so that's how I would.
Randy, talk to me about business. You know what? I have a friend of mine last week that I was talking with him too. So, something that happens all the time. My friend, I was talking with him, and he asked me to come and help him a little bit. He make over $250,000 net in a construction company. Real money. And he saw up to the top of the taxes because he didn't know what to do. Yeah. So he asked a tax advisor, and so they tried to sell him a few companies just to move the money around and stuff like that, who I think was a completely mess and stuff like that. So he's still working on it. When people listen like that, Randy, what kind of advice do you give? I know it's your own advice, and I'm going to tell that to everybody again. Like, it's nice if you have an advisor before he makes those mistakes. Is that right? Yeah. When they can come and tell you, like, I'm going to make this money. Where do I put it? How you as a banker, too, like, how can you help that way?
Like, he makes $250,000 net, and he wants to know what to do with that money.
Exactly. Yeah.
Again, if it's a business owner,
he's a business owner, of course. He got employees with him. Okay, you have over like 20 employees.
That's good. Tell him to call me, so I can definitely help him. Well, one way is like a business. You're always thinking about growing your business. So instead of moving the money around, why not invest the money right into the business?
Exactly.
Right back into the business and grow your business. I don't know what industry he's in, but probably, I don't know, if he's in the construction business, why not invest that money into probably advertising, right? So the business can grow, so he can get more contracts, as he gets more contract, probably gets more equipment. Again, and keep the money and use the money to make more money.
Yeah.
Things like that. And as it grows to a point where expands too quick and the company becomes too large and he needs more funding, and since he makes $250,000 net, then we can help. I can help him, meaning that I can get him more capital so he can keep expanding, not too fast, but just at the right momentum, at the right time.
And that's something that you say about the fast, something that my dad always mentioned it to me. Sometimes I don't listen, like I said before, my dad is such a wise guy, and he believes in savings, he believes in financial freedom too, and that's, I always said that's a Jewish part of himself, because like I said before that, but he always said, like, like growing your money is like moving into a ladder, going out in a ladder, like if you skip a step, you're definitely gonna fall, and you're gonna break your legs. That's why we have to have the advice.
I like that.
The right advice to move up forward. It's not like I'm gonna go all the way up, in like one step. No, you have to go step by step without skipping the steps.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's something that as Latino, myself, I can tell that to everybody. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I don't know the financial things. So I had to call my dad, or sometimes I make a huge mistakes that you have to pay for. And it's a curveball. It hits you all the time, and you don't know when it's gonna hit you, but it will hit you. And it freaking hurts. It freaking hurts like a motherfucker.
It's all about that. Is this. I believe it's all about for business owners. Again, I work with business owners all day, every day. So I always hear different stories, how they started, where they're going.
Tell me a good story. Everybody want to hear a good story. Tell me a good story that something happened to you. You help them, and boom, they're moving forward.
I would tell you a bad one.
Okay, tell me about
why business owners need to have that relationship with me specifically, and their banking institution as well. There's restaurant owner, right? A friend of mine. He built his business, his restaurant, and he had like $250,000 in his bank account. So he thought he did not need anything else. No loans, term loans, none of that, because he thought he had enough money. So again, for anything that may happen, for savings just in case something happened, right?
Yes.
But then COVID came, and he realized really quick that $250,000 was nothing.
Nothing. Of course.
And then by the time that he did need to go to the bank or have that relationship with the bank, it was too late, because he did not have. And again, I'm talking a lot about business credit, because it's really important, and having that business relationship with institution, right? So by the time he went to the bank to ask for help, it was a little too late, because he did not take the time to build his business credit and build that business relationship with the bank. And he did not know who his business banker was, because when you open a business account, you have a dedicated business specialist to you, like your first point of contact, that you can literally call, like, hey, Carter, I'm Ricky or Randy, and you will know my name, So they do not know that. So it's really important to start thinking ahead of the time, and look forward for those things.
Wow. And it's kind of sad when you go at the end of the tunnel, and you don't have a light.
Yeah.
It's kind of really, really sucks when you really have those people who can probably really help you, and you decide not to take the steps and say, like, you know what, I'm gonna, because sometimes we're not humble, we're not, especially as a man, sometimes we don't want to get the help.
Yeah.
Because you're like, you know what, I'm the man of the house, and I am the, I'm the man provider or whatever, with the women too. So some women, they're men providers, and they don't want to talk to people, and they're suffering because of that reason. Yeah. We're humans, we make mistakes, but it's nice to. That's what when I talked to you guys about bringing you here to the show, it was such a blessing for me, because these are topics that nobody want to talk about.
Yeah,
everybody's so curious. It's like talk about sex. Yeah. Just like everybody know about sex, but it's like I don't want to talk about it, guys. I don't want to talk about it. That I like that, but you know what? But yes, you have to talk about it, because then you get diseases.
Yeah.
Because you're such a fool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But money is the same way. We don't want to talk about it, because we're so not humble to talk about that we fucked up. That we're not stupid, that we don't get the financial advice, the financial education in our schools, that we are created in our schools just to be soldiers and get killed in the main fields. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's something sad, especially the Latinos, like you said, for Latinos, Blacks, sometimes, like you said before, the Anglo community, they have a few steps ahead of us, because it's part of the culture, but our culture is changing.
Yes.
And that's what I have you guys here. Our culture is changing, guys. We are changing. If you're Latino, we are freaking changing. And I'm telling you, there's so many rich Latinos out there, and I'm proud of you, what you're doing. But if you need help, and if you want to move forward, if you want to step up to the plate, you need to come and see my buddies. I'm telling you, you need to come and see Ricky. If you have business, come and hook up with Ricky. I'm telling you right now, hook up with Carter. If you're by yourself, you're single, I don't care what you are, married, divorced, come and talk to these guys. I'm telling you, they can give you the right advice to put your money in different eggs. So if one breaks, you have few others. Is that right, guys?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? One of the things I want to say too, guys, thank you for follow-up. At the same time, if you are follow-up, make sure you download the app, Latin Evolution app too. And I want to give a shout out to all my friends for Team 44. My buddy Chris, my buddy Shah, René, what's up, papá? Toda esa gente allá de Team 44 también que nos sigue y nos sigue constantemente acá. No te olvides de seguirnos en las redes sociales. Estamos aquí prendidos, la radio más caliente de Minnesota, señoras. Y en unos minutos más vamos a estar con Rosmali Márquez, el show más caliente de la temporada. Así que tienes que prenderte la monedita, así que no te puedes perder el show más hot de la temporada. Seguimos aquí, señores, con mis grandes panas aquí, Randy y Carter, hablando de la libertad financiera. Tienes que compartir este show, entiendo, está prendido. No, vamos también a traer, lo hicimos ahora en inglés, pero también lo vamos a hacer en español. Así que vamos a traerlos de nuevo porque tú también los escuches en español para que sepas lo que es la libertad financiera. Es muy importante como hispanos saber lo que significa eso. Por la libertad financiera no es que te vas a hacer rico de la noche a la mañana. Son pasos que tenemos que tomar. Cómo saber ahorrar nuestro dinero, cómo saber invertir. No, yo te voy a decir algo. Yo tampoco lo sabía mucho. No sabía muchas cosas. Tenía que llamar a mi papá, a uno de mis tíos también para hablar de este tipo de cosas. Así que es importante tener a gente y amigos que te ayuden y que te eduquen correctamente para saber invertir en tu vida. No, porque cuando vienen los días que estás un poco viejo y vienen los días duros, sabes cómo moverte y cómo utilizar tu dinero. Así que, no, sigamos con él. But we're going to continue with the show. I'm telling you guys, I'm really happy about the situation right now. Bringing you guys here, but I want to talk about two cars right now, about that. What about life insurance? Do you think it's really vital? Sometimes the Latinos, we hate that word, but life insurance. I know you talk about life insurance, so talk to me about it.
It's scary.
It's scary out there, but how important it is to have it.
I mean, it depends. Like, what do you want to leave for your family when you're gone? If you were to pass away unexpectedly, and you have $5,000 in the bank, how long is that going to get your family along? So it's just making sure that they are okay. Either if something unexpected happens, or if you live an old happy life, still you want to pass that on to your kids, your grandkids. But I think the misconception, and from what I've heard talking with a bunch of my friends, Latino friends, is they had someone take advantage of them. Some insurance agent sell them something that they didn't know the product. So that's where we go back to education. Know what you're buying. It's not a one shoe fits all type product. There's different types of insurance for different types of people, like your situation. There's cheaper ones. They're not all expensive too. That's the thing. People think they gotta buy one.
That's a misconception, because I remember people telling me, no, it's like $600 a month. Oh. And there's so many good life insurance that they're gonna pay you to something happen. Mm-hmm. Is that right?
Yes, and there's also like another misconception that money is to pay for the funeral and that's it. And
wow.
That's why
is that true?
That's not what that money's for. That money is to build generational wealth, and that is in the Caucasian community. That is something that has helped them get 6, 7, 8 steps ahead, is because life insurance has always just been a part of everyday life for them. So every time someone passes away, they start off with a large sum of money. So
when I come to talk to you, you kind of guide me about trust. If I have trust, so how to build a trust, how to build a emergency fund, life insurance. What else can you, when I come and talk to you, what kind of advice do you give me? What kind of, I know it's about so many things that you can give me.
It's a long list.
It's a long list. Give me the list. Give me the list. Give me some things that I need to at least, so people understand, because not everybody want a life insurance. Not everybody want a trust. Not everybody want a saving account.
No.
So, tell me so many things that you provide. So did you give them, if to tell them?
Managing your cash flow. What are we doing with the money that we're making? And I know mostly everyone should be paying their bills, paying their daily living expenses. But something we tell people next is to pay yourself in the future. And a lot of people skip that step. They pay their bills and they go through their week. But then that extra money, what are they doing? They're buying nice clothes. They're buying a car. And I'm not here to stop you from having fun. I like people to be putting their money in a now basket. They got their money for now. One for later. They pay their stuff later. You have a little extra, go to the mall, buy those clothes, get that car. That's fine. I'm not here to be a fun sucker and make you not do anything that you enjoy. But managing your cash flow.
You're not like a Dave Ramsey.
No. El opuesto.
You know what?
Rice and beans.
I love Dave Ramsey. I read his book. Awesome. I think it's financial freedom. He's the king of talking about that. And I just years ago I read his book, Money Makeover, and that just like last week he just started going back to the book and putting some stuff away and stuff like that, understanding, how and look what happened. You guys came, to the show, and it's kind of like such a blessing to have you guys here. You know what I mean? And have the energy that you guys gave me to say, you know what? There's freedom out there. You know what I mean? The twist. You cannot be afraid of the twist.
No.
Because there's freedom, and you need to know how to manage. You have to be a good baseball player. The curve come, you know how to hit it in the right time. Is that right, guys? I love that. I love that advice. You know what I mean?
Before, I know we're almost time to go, but I just want to say, hey, thank you, JC.
Oh, man, a blessing, man.
Thank you, Carter, as well. Thank you, Latin Evolution Radio. And before we cut, I just wanna say something.
Yeah, please, man. This is your house, brother. Randy knows that this is his house, man. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I love it.
Always open for him, man. You know,
yes,
he knows that. We love him too, man.
I love it. I just want to say this. A lot of business owners, do not want to take the step. It's all about having the right information in front of you. It's not about being ready to take that action, but it's all about learning and being open to hear about what's out there, because there are a lot of resources for business owners, especially right now. Right now, it's just a lot of resources for business owners.
And one of the things I want to say about that too, Randy, right now that you're saying that guys, let me explain you the way that these guys work. These guys are like the light when you're driving. You know what I mean? They're gonna give you the yellow light, the red light, and the yellow light, the green light, and the red light. You know what I mean? These guys are the advisors. The guys people's gonna guide you to tell you hey, there's a yellow, so you be careful when you're gonna go to the next step, because you're gonna crash. Yes. You're gonna crash. You know what I mean? Because I'm giving you the yellow, but you are the guy on the wheel, and you're gonna accelerate, or you're gonna stop, or you're gonna bring down, because you know what I mean. I don't want to crash. Or they want to give you the green light. You said, this is the time to invest. Put him in the life. Put him in the emergency fund. Build your wealth, and then go move forward.
Yes.
I want to make sure people understand that too, because sometimes we don't listen. And you gave us the yellow light. We're like, come on, let's hit it. You know what I mean? And we're gonna hit it so hard we crash, man. And I know. I crashed before in my life, man. I'm telling you, and it hurts like a motherfucker. I'm telling you, man. It hurts so bad.
Yeah, I know.
Your balls hurt, man, so bad because you lose everything.
Yes,
you know what I mean. And
you're the business too.
And I've been homeless, man. I'm telling you, man. I know how it is. When you're broke, there's no friends, there's no family, there's no nobody. Your mama is there because your mama love you.
Siempre.
You know what I mean? Yes, it's always there. But nobody's there for you when you're broke. There's a few friends who they probably call and say hey man, let me give you $20, but they're not gonna be there hanging you. You know what I mean? Oh come on, let me hang with you. No, that's when you really when you crash. Sometimes it's good to crash to understand who's with you, who's not. But when we have financial advisors like you guys are the advisors. That's what I'm trying to explain to you guys. These guys can give you a good advice, una buena comunicación, un buen consejo. No, y la gente que recibe consejo llega viejo, decía mi papá. No. People who listen to the advice, get old, you know what I mean, and rich. Yes. So I'm telling you guys right now, before we end the show, I'm telling you guys, I want to thank you guys, and I'm gonna bring you in one more time, so we can talk in Spanish, because I know I want to do this in English really fast, to Rich, because our community can speak. You're freaking bilinguals. We're so lucky that we're bilinguals, man. We can speak two English. We can speak two languages at the same time. Our brain works crazy. You know what I mean? But I want to do this in English first. You know what I mean? We're gonna have one more again, a few more weeks. You know what I mean? We guys can we can talk in Spanish, and we can hit it the same way. And we can definitely talk and explain that, because I want to make sure our Latino community, not just Latino community, if you're Asian, if you're Black, if you're Jewish, if you're white, you need to listen to advice. You know what I mean? As my person, if you follow me, thank you for following me in my Instagram, in my Facebook, social media. You know what I mean? Believe me, I need to listen, and I'm listening right now. Because I did make a lot of mistakes, and I'm listening to these guys. I'm listening to the people who know about how to make money and how to be. You know what I mean? Maybe rich is not the right word, but build your wealth.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Is that right, guys?
Yes.
You know what I mean? You want to get to shout out to somebody before we leave? What's going on? Talk to me. Anybody Colombia? No.
Before we leave.
Before we leave, talk to me, Randy.
Yeah, before we leave, I want to say one more thing.
Yes.
This will be quick. So again, I had a business.
Yes.
So I know what I'm talking about, and I made a lot of mistakes. Right? It's not about just opening a business account. That's nothing. It's all about knowing your business, your dedicated business specialist. It's all about knowing where you're going. It's all about knowing what it will take in order for you to grow your business, right? Building that business credit and eventually expanding your business. you know.
Yeah, I
that's-
love that.
That's
Yes.
what I'm here. That's what I'm here for.
And that's something that I said to you before, because you know the nice part that you can give the advice now, because it's that you cannot talk about cancer till you went through cancer.
Right.
You cannot talk about loss till you lost something.
Right.
And, you know, I know you had a business before, and I knew you were struggling. I know you work hard, your ass off. You know what I mean? I know it was a good company, but you work your ass off to get the company.
Yes.
And at the end, it's like, I don't want to have this variance. So you end up selling it to. You learn the process, and now you can help people to build without going through all that pain.
Right.
You know what I mean? And growing faster too.
Right. Because now that I have all this information in front of me and all these resources that now I'm able to help others, other business owners, not just opening, because a lot of people think that it's just about opening a business account. No, I help them growing their business, complex credit, complex lending, building credit. Again, I'm talking a lot about building business credit,
Financial freedom.
because it's really important
Simon.
in order to grow your business. So I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here for all of that. So if you
That's
own
right.
a
I love
business,
that.
if you're a business owner, you know, just be ready and prepare yourself, and come and see me, because we have a lot of information. For
And
you.
there's a light at the end of the tunnel, so that's nice.
Yes. Yes.
You know, that's nice that there's real light at the end of the tunnel.
Yes.
Got it. I want to thank you so much for coming, and I appreciate that.
Gracias.
You know what I mean? It's such a blessing to have you in my show. You know what I mean? Latin Evolution Radio. We love you guys. You know what I mean? And definitely we're going to have you back soon. Like I said before, guys, you know, in a few weeks, I definitely want to have these guys back. I'm telling you, there's so much to learn, so much there. And like Carter said before, there's freedom. There's freedom in your wealth. There's freedom in everything that we do. I'm telling you, as Latinos, we have to learn the right way. And, you know, they're going to give us the right tools to build our castle, not our jail. Remember that.
Yes.
They're going to give you the right tools
Exactly.
to build your castle, not your jail. So, guys, thank you for tuning in. I'm telling you guys, it's been a blessing to have you here in Latin
Gracias.
Evolution Radio. Download the app and see you next week. We're going to have a wonderful show and have a blessed week. God bless you all. Take care and download the app. Follow us at Latin Evolution Radio, the hottest radio in Minnesota. Take care, guys.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Thank you, Jesse.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Jesse.
Loco.
Gracias.
That was good, man.
I
That
had
was
a
good.
great
No,
time.
sí, sí.
As soon as that